Thank you for joining us today for our third and final webinar in our Navigating Cyber Through Monetary Risk Quantification series, focused today on vendor management. If you missed the last two webinars on insurance and technology investment, please let us know and we can send you the recording. If you have questions as we go along, please add them into the question box and we will address them at the end as time permits. I'm Jane Blanton from the marketing team at Evolver. For those of you not familiar with Evolver, we are a major provider of cybersecurity for government, commercial, and legal clients. Today, I'm introducing two industry thought leaders from Evolver. First is Chip Block, Vice President. Chip works extensively in the area of cyber research and advises Evolver's clients on cyber operations, risk, and insurance. He's the architect of the cyber risk ecosystem. Second is Ed Peck, cybersecurity consultant. He works hand in hand on a daily basis with our clients determining the amount of monetary risk an organization has through data acquisition, analysis, and reporting. In recapping the series for everyone, the first week we talked on a high level about how to quantify risk, especially for cyber insurance. Last week we talked about using monetary risk quantification in determining what to buy. And today we will discuss using quantification in determining how you buy as we discuss vendor management. Chip, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you, Jen. So the vendor management area is probably one of the hottest topics that we have in the cyber world today. The main reason for this is that if you look at almost all of the major hacks over the last couple of years, whether it be Target, whether it be the DYN attack, or whether it be the OPM attack, there was a vendor or there was somebody involved outside of the primary organization that was central to the overall hack. So vendor management is top level discussion across almost every cyber discussion today. And here's one of the challenges with the vendor management situation. Who owns this problem? Is it contracts? You know, how the contracts are written, is that the part? How about the compliance organization who's checking whether vendors are meeting compliance? Maybe it's the information technology organization. Maybe the chief risk officer is one looking at vendors. Chief information security officer. Maybe you have a group called subcontractor management, or maybe even general counsel, outside counsel, your legal people. Who really owns this problem? And this has been an issue, particularly as companies get bigger, where you have multinational corporations, you have large buying organizations. Trying to figure out whose problem this is a real challenge. So what are some of those major issues? You know, why is this such a daunting issue for so many companies because of what's in front of them? Well, first of all, you get to some basic things such as what is the language in the contract? And does the contract say that the vendor must meet a standard, that the vendor has some certain responsibilities? Is there some kind of situation that says that if a breach occurs, the vendor has certain capabilities? The second thing is vetting vendors. You know, vendors are generally picked by the mission side of the organization, not the not the IT staff. You know, if you're in a manufacturing capability, the first choice of which vendor to provide shipping for you is probably not their cybersecurity hygiene. So how does the cybersecurity side of the vendor selection play into an overall vetting of vendors? Who monitors the vendors? You know, as we often talk, as we've talked in the past webinars, this isn't a one-time check. This is a continuous monitoring to know if things have changed. If you have a vendor who got made the front page of the newspaper because they got breached, does that make you want to change that vendor? How would that happen contractually? What can you and can't you do with that vendor based on that? Okay. How about changing business requirements? You have new capabilities, new features, you have new situations. How does the vendors play in that? What is the overall risk posed by the vendors to your corporation? And how does somebody like the chief risk officer get involved in that? How is that looked at, even from things such as Sarbanes-Oxley compliance? How do all those things play in there? And one of the biggest